Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to Notations of a Nappy Girl, episode 43. I have not made a video in about a week or two, and I got a bunch of inboxes. No, I'm not stopping the videos. I just have been kind of, how should I say, wrapped up in my own emotion, I guess. I'm one of those people that I do feel a lot of things. So watching the news lately from back home and abroad has me kind of feeling some sort of way, for lack of a better term. Um, what I wanted to touch on today was having a strong support system and having a belief system in something. And the reason why that's just like sticking out at the head of my mind is because we have all this stuff going on right now. I know everybody's seen the news reports about the one teenager who maliciously bit off the tip of the child's nose because he wouldn't stop crying. Like excruciating pain is going to make him stop crying. And then they found out that baby had like a skull fracture or something. Then you had another incident, of course, where the person weighted the car seat down and threw the car seat with the baby into the lake. And once again, these are teenagers, ill-equipped to deal with the demands of parenthood. Now, can I say that about all teenagers? No, because I was a teenage mother. I had my son at 18 years old. But going full circle, I had a support system. I had a father. I had a mother. I had brothers and sisters. My sisters had children at the time I had a child. So I had points of reference. Myself and my two besties all had children within, I want to say, 6 to 7 months apart. So once again, not an advocate of teenage pregnancy, but I had a support system in place. I saw how children are supposed to be taken care of. And you know how they always say, if you know better, you'll do better. Well, that's where your support system comes from. If you've never seen a child cared for affectionately, um, if you've never seen a household in which it was okay for a boy to cry, for a boy to express his feelings and not always be told to man up and not be a punk, all these stupid societal boundaries that we place on our children that cause them to grow up and be inept in dealing with life situations. You tell your son he can't be a punk, he can't be a wussy, he got to man up, he can't cry, he ain't supposed to cook and all this stuff. So then you take that same child who you told this to, couple it with the I'm trying to think of the right wording here, the overabundance of sexual innuendo and violent innuendo in our movies, video games, TV shows, because even regular TV is kind of racy now. And I'm not blaming any of these media outlets or facets. What I'm blaming, to be honest, is the parental units, the grandparents, the parents. What happened to our village? And I'm not saying this because I'm black. A village can be white, Asian, Hispanic, it does not matter. But one person cannot raise a leader alone. One person cannot be the only point of reference in this world that that child needs. And what we're lacking, even a lot of adults, and we're lacking that support system. And you have to excuse me if I stutter or what have you. This is not practice, it's not rehearsed, it's not written down or anything. This is just me just thinking out loud. And what I think we do need is that support system. And the foundation of that support system should be some level of spiritual belief. Now, I don't care if you're Christian, if you're Catholic, if you're Muslim, if you're Buddhist, if you're just spiritual, non religious, as long as you have a belief system in something greater than yourself, as long as you have a belief system that there is something beyond this realm, or before this realm, during this realm, after this realm, you have to believe that you occupy something and that you have some purpose in the greater scheme of things. If you don't, it's going to be a sad state of affairs. You will be left out there kind of just floating and overly aggressive and not understanding why you have these feelings, or overly depressed. Depression itself manifests from lack of a support system. Most people who are clinically depressed and do not seek treatment, it's because they don't have a support system, or their support system does not believe in the quote unquote mental health machine. That's what my dad calls it. So imagine how hard it is for me to do what I do and to do what I aspire to do when my dad doesn't really believe in the mental health field. He believes that it's just been designed as a way to stick labels on things that people don't want to spend the time to explain. So, see, I have an uphill battle as well, but I have a belief in it. And I don't care when I say your support system, it does not have to be a licensed therapist. It does not have to be your minister. It does not have to be a teacher, a counselor, a mentor. It could be your best friend. It could be your next door neighbor. It could be another one of the moms from the daycare, one of your kids' friends' mother or father. As long as you have that outlet and that resource of someone that you can reach out to and talk to and express to them how you're feeling and what you're thinking and where your head is going. Because if we don't stop, things are going to stop for us. And I don't want to get all biblical and all philosophical and say, yes, we're living in the end of days and this is going to happen. I'm going to be real, people. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a half glass full kind of girl. But you have to start thinking. You got kids killing kids. Then you got the stuff that happened down in Texas that has not been sorted out yet. But the two young ladies who were murdered, and it looks like one of the young ladies' father had something to do with it. So not only do you have kids killing kids, their own kids, you have adults killing kids, their own kids. How do you kill your own seed? I don't know. And I hear about it and it makes me sad. It does. And I'll be honest. And I'll say this because you're my viewing public. I don't rehearse this for a reason. I don't write this down for a reason because I strive above all else to be genuine. I don't have a huge following on Twitter, Facebook. I don't even have Instagram, so I don't even know how to work all that. I'm gonna get it though one day. I don't know when I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna get it. But for me, this is not a way to make money. This is not a way to become famous. Though, Ilyana, you want to call me, you need an assistant, I'm your girl. This is not for that. This is for those few select people who maybe can't afford that. Or, who can't afford a counselor. Maybe I'll say something one day that will hit on what they're thinking or what they're feeling. I'm at the 7-minute mark, so I'm running kind of over. I'm trying to really get this to where it's streamlined, but it's hard when it's something that you believe in. And my people know I am a true empath. I think I said that right. I don't know. But I'm one of those people that I tend to feel stuff a little bit more. So when I watch the news and it makes me sad, I'm sad for a couple of days. Not because I'm depressed. I'm just sad because of the state of affairs of our world. And I'm gonna speed this up. I really am. You look at it, you got babies killing babies. You got people killing their own children. You got people just randomly killing people because they wanted to know what it felt like. Who the hell wants to know what it feels like to kill somebody? You got people killing animals. You got kids bullying each other until that child can't take it anymore. Once again, lack of a support system to where they can't go to their parent. They can't go to the school officials. They can't go to their friends, to the point where they're sitting at home being so bullied on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Voo, whatever, all these different little websites that these kids use now. And they're being bullied and they can't take it. So they take their own lives. That's another potential great leader, whether it's a spiritual leader, an economic leader, a consumer-based leader. This is somebody who could have ran the free world, but we would never know because somebody didn't like the clothes they had on. Somebody thought they were stuck up. Or because they're mentally handicapped, they're different. Because they're autistic, they're different. So they get bullied so bad that they feel like the only thing they can do is end their life. What kind of world are we living in when our babies don't even have a support system? When you come out the womb, you got to go to a tit. Well, you're supposed to go to a tit, but sometimes you go to a bottle. It don't really matter. It depends on your personal beliefs, but that's a support system. We're lacking that fundamentally from the jump. So what do you expect to happen further along down the line? What are these kids supposed to do when mama is still out trying to get her groove back in the club like she 25? She left 5 kids at the crib with a pot of noodles and she gone for spring break for 3-4 days. You ain't even in school while you at spring break. It's just these kind of things are what saddens me. These kind of things anger me. So yes, people reach out to me who I don't even know. I do phone counseling. And no, I'm not licensed. No, I'm not. I have not finished school yet. I do not have that side D after my name. I'm getting it. But for some reason, people like to talk to me. I make sure I tell people, before you make any decisions as far as medication, your health, your weight, whatever, seek licensed medical assistance. I have brain farts. I'm sorry. Seek that assistance. But if you want to come to me as somebody to vent to, somebody to talk to, somebody who's non judgmental and is going to hear you out and give you completely unbiased advice, then I'm your girl. You know, I'm okay with that. Sometimes my phone rings constantly to where I can't breathe. And then some days, like now, it's not ringing at all. And I love these moments because then I can talk to you, the people who don't have my number. So I say all that to say support system. You got to have a support system. And I'm going to be honest, your support system can be anything. Your support system can be a journal, it could be a good book that you read. It could be a poet that you know, a writer that you know, somebody who bakes. It doesn't matter. Somebody who's passionate about life. Your support system cannot be another depressed person. Your support system cannot be another broken person because all that's going to do is keep repeating the cycle and you're not going to get the information or the resources that you need. I believe in wholeheartedly taking it out of the house sometimes. Your partner is your partner. I'm going to say that again. Your partner is your partner. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. They are not your best friend, nor are they your therapist. Now, I've worn that hat in all of my relationships. I have been best friend, I have been therapist, I have been confidant, everything. Here's the kicker. When I've given all that I can give, and now I'm running on empty, who replenishes my supply? My support system, my best friend, my cousin, my other best friend. Yeah, I got like four best friends. I really do, and I love them all to death. But I have those ladies. I have brothers. I have sisters. I have cousins. I have parents. I don't really talk to them a lot though, because they don't really understand. But I have them. And I love that resource. Me and my dad argue constantly. But I love that. I love that old man. That's my heart. But you gotta have something that has a strong point of reference. And you reference people who are good in what they do. Case in point, if I need legal advice, I call my brother. If I want to make a killer dish, I call my sister. If I want somebody just to soothe my spirit and tell me it's just going to be okay, baby, blow it out, just look to the sky, pray on it, I call my mama. If I want that militant approach, that screw the world, do you was born by yourself, you're going to die by yourself, just get it, I call my daddy. Everybody has to have a support system. If I want to be on BS, I call my cousin. She backs my play on everything. You have to have a support system, though. You cannot go at it alone because when you do, you will feel like these are insurmountable odds just coming together against you. And then you'll slip into the depression. And what do depressed people do? What do depressed people do? They make depressed decisions. They make rash decisions. People who are depressed or people who are sad typically feel overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, it's when you do dumb shit. I'm sorry for cursing, but you do dumb shit like biting off a child's nose, because you're overwhelmed. You couldn't walk out the other room. I mean, I can go on, and I'll probably end up doing 2 or 3 more videos this week just because I have a lot that's swirling around in me. And I feel like if I'm feeling it, other people got to be feeling it too. So let's feel it together. Let's work through it together and make it do what it do. And that sounded really retarded, but it was befitting. So that's my thing for today. I'm at 14 minutes. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching, though. Peace and blessings. Be good to each other, people.